come to see us when you ready to make that content. Let's go. COC, yeah, in the mastermind click. Got the vibes that
Central Ohio creators, we are back with another episode. We got a special guest in the building today, y'all. We got Jeffrey John in the building, a professional wrestler from right here in Columbus, Ohio. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. We appreciate you being here. You like the first wrestler we've had on the show.
Oh, well, I'm glad to be the first.
Yeah, we hope to get more. So what sparked your interest in wanting to get into professional wrestling, and then why did you pursue it?
So I've always loved wrestling since I was a kid. Born in the 90s, so I was an Attitude Era kid.
Yeah.
So The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Triple H, like that whole era. I've always loved it and just stuck with it. In high school, wrestled, amateur, did drama, so I was always a theater kid too.
Okay.
So got out of high school, got into modeling for a good 6-7 years. And then from there, started to hit the gym more. And then once I got up to a weight, so I felt like I could pursue it, that's when I chose to jump right in.
Oh, nice. So, you were born and raised in Columbus?
Yes.
Okay, nice. And when you started in high school, how was that? Like,
It was
what high
pretty
school
cool.
did you go to?
Oh, I graduated from Northland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
So,
2011. So I was in that era with Jared
Crazy.
Sellinger and Trey Burke.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Northland really is one of the talented schools.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So when you first started getting into the wrestling, who was some of your inspirations growing up?
Oh, number one is Eddie Guerrero.
Legend.
Yeah, he
Legend.
was always his overall presence and just ring awareness was always the best overall. And then I would say a few others that inspired me, especially when I was younger. You know, Jeff Hardy, Hardy Boys,
Legends.
the Dudley Boys, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho,
Okay.
Rey Mysterio. So just that whole era of the cruiserweights and just the big top stars.
Quick question: WCW, WWF.
Ooh. WCW's cruiserweight division, but overall WWF.
Okay. And what was when you first started hitting the independent circuit, what was some of the promotions you was working with?
So I started when I trained at Premier Wrestling Alliance, which is in Lancaster, Ohio.
Okay.
Trained there for 2 years, and we ran shows twice a month. So I was able to get the training while also learning how to work shows under my belt. When COVID hit is when I actually started traveling more because Ohio shut down. Indiana was allowing shows to run, so I started to travel more to Indiana. So some of the places I started with were AWR, which is Assault Wrestling Revolution. They are in Indianapolis. Paradigm, which was also in Indianapolis. Traveled more with GCW, which is Game Changer Wrestling. So,
Okay.
which is by far the number one promotion independently in the U.S. So when I started traveling, I started making sure I traveled more with them, and then got the reps in with them as far as showing up, helping out, earning my spot. So it would be GCW, AWR, Paradigm, and then just after that, started doing more with Pro Wrestling Revolver,
Okay.
which is they mostly run in Dayton and Iowa, with a few other locations that they've been doing more.
Oh, nice. Have you did anything with OVW?
No.
Okay.
I'm okay with not working OVW.
Okay.
They were great in 2005,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Things change. Do you have a favorite match, either one that you was in or one that you watched growing up that stands out to you today?
So my favorite match of all time is Eddie versus Ray in Halloween Havoc 1997. To this day, I'll watch it, just randomly turn it on, and it's still my favorite match of all time.
Yeah.
A few other matches for the modern era, I would say you have your Ospreay matches for AEW right now. So Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson, Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland, Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, steel cage match.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'll go back and watch that. That one was amazing. I would say one of the best wrestlers right now in the modern era is Will Ospreay, and more so his TV structure is just absolutely amazing. But a more recent one that I've watched probably 4 times in the past week was the Scramble match that just ran for Game Changer Wrestling in Chicago. Featured Jack Cartwheel, Marcus Mathers, Flying Ryan O'Neal, Gavin Ash, Teriyaki, and I believe Bobby Flacco.
Okay.
Maybe one more, but I think that's probably it. But that Scramble, all gas, no brakes. That's anybody can watch that. It's Game Changer Wrestling. I think No Ransom or Ransom in Chicago.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
How would you describe your in-ring style, and how did you get to having that style?
So I would say I don't have stretch myself to a specific style. I kind of adapt to who I'm working and try to go off of what they're doing. So if I'm wrestling, let's say a luchador, I will try to, have more lucha base for them to amplify what they're doing and adapt to what they do. Overall, I try to just have fun and do fun stuff when I wrestle and kind of mimic the guys that I grew up watching, guys that I just love to overall inspire from. So if I'm wrestling as a heel or a bad guy, I kind of lean more into things that Eddie Guerrero would do.
Yeah.
And if I'm more babyface, I'm more like Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Tyler Bate. If there was a style that I would say that I kind of like over all of them would be that British strong style.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Now so since AEW's come along, is WWE still the go, or do you mind would you want to go to AEW or New Japan?
Well, I would love to wrestle in New Japan. When I got to wrestle in Japan last year with GCW, that was an amazing time just being over there. For me, I would love to go wherever I can, get to.
Yeah.
That's really the goal for me, is regardless of what the letters are, I want to be able to do what I love, and just be able to do that consistently on television, whether that's WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan, CMLL, AAA, wherever I can fit in is where I'll go.
So if Shawn Michaels called you tomorrow with an NXT contract, you gone?
Oh, that's my first flight to Florida.
Nice. What was your first match? And how do you go back and watch it?
First match was 2018. It was July 7th for Premier Wrestling Alliance, where I trained at. I wrestled Krypton, who was a wrestler that I trained with a lot, and he was originally from Puerto Rico. He had 2 years under his belt. So when he came in the week after I started, I was like, oh yeah, you already have prior training, and you're small, a luchador. You're my Rey Mysterio. That's how I thought of it. I'm the Eddie of the match, and then you're my Rey Mysterio. Let's go. So we partnered up a lot, and it developed chemistry. So then we had our first match July 7th, 2018.
Wow. Now, when you go back and watch it, is there anything you wish you would have done different, or?
Yeah, I wish I would have had better, I wish I would have had more time to prepare for the match in regards to, the gear. So I didn't know I was going to be wrestling until, the week of. So I had zero time to, just buy wrestling gear, because I was still in training and learning how to, do certain things. So I wasn't even, mentally, I wasn't even thinking about having my first match yet. So I had to borrow gear from other people. We're, size 12 wrestling boots, and I'm normally a size 9. So it was that. And then other things as far as, just my overall presence in the ring, you can see that it was I was still brand new, but I still had a little bit of natural abilities going into it, where it didn't look terrible. It's just me being super nitpicky. I would be oh yeah, that yeah.
Was it what you imagined stepping in the ring for the first time?
So can you repeat that?
What is it is it when you first stepped in the ring for the first time, was it what you imagined as a kid?
Somewhat. The show that I had my first match, it was the company's biggest show of the year in July. So when I first wrestled, I wrestled in front of over 400 people. So it was definitely a big crowd. Just overall was going out in that curtain. It's just super cool. Just seeing everybody either cheering or booing you. It's just one of the best feelings.
And what's the training process like for that? Like getting ready for a match and like.
So it depends. It depends on where you're at, who's your trainer, and like what the training style is. It always varies. For me, it was we would train Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they would teach us, running ropes, taking the bumps, learning how to do arm drags. But what they focused heavy on was structure, character work, and just overall storytelling in matches.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where I got amazing training on how to tell stories and put together matches.
Nice. Being a wrestler from Ohio, what does that represent to you and mean to you for like the local wrestling scene here in Ohio?
For me, I wouldn't put focus on the Ohio aspect. For me, it's Columbus.
Okay.
So many cities in Ohio have like great wrestlers that they can lean onto. Like Cincinnati has John Moxley.
Yeah.
And Cleveland has your like Garganos and the Miz and those names. But Columbus is like, we really only got Alexa Bliss, one of the Bashams.
Yeah.
Technically, Macho Man was born here, but he never repped Columbus. Really, the only people who rep Columbus are Alexa Bliss and myself.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what I try to put more focus on is she's where she's at.
Yeah.
And she's where she needs to be. She's amazing. Where I'm at, I'm in the position of I would love to be signed, but until I am, I would love for my city to have the spotlight that it deserves for professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And that's what I put all my focus on. Whenever I have a show in Columbus, I'm always trying to get all my people to come out and support it because Columbus doesn't do a lot of like support the locals until they make it to the big
stage. Yeah. Which is unfortunate because there's so much talent here.
So much talent.
Yeah. So, what have been some of the biggest challenges you faced since entering the professional wrestling world?
Some challenges would be more so staying consistent.
Okay.
You got to stay consistent as much as you can and trying to have that wrestler normal life balance.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm either too much normal life and not enough wrestling, or like so far this year's all wrestling, no normal life. So just learning to work-life balance and also just remembering that you're to have fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes wrestlers just get in their heads of like, I have to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect. But if you're having fun and the crowd's having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah. That's important. How important is that to like the crowd reaction, feeding off of that?
For me, that's very important. That's one of the most important things for me when I'm in the ring is the crowd reaction. Because it's like if you're at a play and the crowd's just sitting on their hands, it's like, are they even enjoying the play? And that's how I see it.
Right.
Like the ring is my stage.
Yeah.
And if I have the crowd in my hands, that's all I need. So crowd reaction for me is one of the most important things. If the crowd is just sitting on their hands and they're not responding to what I'm doing, then what I'm doing, it doesn't even matter.
Right. Now I know like growing up there was like watching wrestling and stuff, and like you see like stuff now like on shows like Beyond the Ring and stuff like that, how back then wrestlers was like doing all types of drugs and shit. Like how does that, like for you, like being able to like stay focused and stuff without having to do any type of drugs or anything like that to like stay on the right path?
Well, I would say now the overall culture of wrestling locker rooms is way cleaner than what it might have been back in like the 80s and the 70s.
Yeah.
Now I don't see that. Like
Okay.
wrestlers, there are probably more straight edge wrestlers than there are like wrestlers doing things, and if they are, I never see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do anything personally. I might enjoy a drink or once or twice every so often. Nothing too crazy, but for me, I try to keep myself as clean as possible.
Okay. Nice. So, is there any dream matches you have?
Ooh. If I could like WWE 2K, you'd always have your dream matches because they always bring the old guys back on the roster. So, like, my dream match would be Eddie. Can never have that, unfortunately. But for who's around now, probably be, like, Tyler Bate.
Okay.
Maybe Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah.
I would love that match. So Tyler Bate, Minoru Suzuki. Would love to wrestle Gresham at least once. But for me, I have names that I would love to wrestle, but I don't focus on the names anymore.
Yeah.
Focus on, like, the places.
Okay.
So I got to wrestle in Korakuen Hall, which was amazing, which is in Japan. Would love to wrestle Tokyo Dome. Would love to wrestle in the Royal Albert Hall. Gotten to wrestle in Hammerstein Ballroom. So I've been able to do a lot of fun things. But as far as, like, who I would want to wrestle, like, that list is, I don't ponder too much on that list as much.
Do you have a top 5 wrestlers?
Like, favorites?
Favorites, or who you consider the greatest?
So my favorites and who I consider the greatest are different.
Okay.
Only because I think I have that for everything, whereas, like, I have my favorites list, but then I can also look at things objectively. So I think the objective top 5, just in my personal opinion, would be Stone Cold, John Cena. Objectively, you got to put Hulk Hogan in there just based off of influence, unfortunately. I would put maybe Ric Flair, and then quite possibly just because of just recency bias and how much revenue he generated for the company itself.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Roman's definitely a good pick. And you're currently the champion for Route 33 Wrestling, right?
Yes, and no. Yesterday had a match and unfortunately lost the belt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. When does that air?
So that will probably be on YouTube sometime this week or within a week or two. They're very quick about getting their product up on YouTube.
Okay. And how long was you the champion for them?
I believe it was 315 days.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. And what was that like?
It was great. It was. I appreciate that they trusted me to be their champion and put the company on my shoulders and bring in new eyes to the location because it's in Spencer, West Virginia.
Okay.
So it's not a big town, but I feel like I was able to do a lot with the title as long as I held it.
Yeah.
Got eyes on it in overseas, taking it to France with me. So it was a good feeling. It was a good run. Just the champion now is hopefully that he can continue on with that and continue to bring new faces to the company.
Nice. Now, after the match, like, what is some of the stuff you do to, like, I guess, relax your body and get back to, like, like a normal state?
For me, I am very big on, like, muscle recovery, especially now that I've been amplifying, like, how many matches I do at a time. So I've invested in a lot of, like, recovery equipment, whether it's massaging equipment, red light therapy, cold hot therapy equipment. So I usually spend a good 10-15 minutes after a match or even, like, before a match doing the cold hot therapies to, like, really relax the muscles.
Okay.
And there are days where I'll do cold plunges, especially after, like, a long week of going to the gym and working out. I'll do a cold plunge to, like, really relax the muscles for the long weekend ahead. Okay. And then just making sure I just take time to, like, spend at least 5 to 10 minutes to myself, just away from everything, just to unwind the brain.
Nice. Now, what advice would you give to an up-and-coming Columbus wrestler today? Like a kid that's in high school that want to become a professional wrestler?
Best advice that advice could be an hour long if I wanted it to. But in a short term, if you're going to do it, commit to it. Get around people that will help you progress and never want to, like, hold you back. And I think that's one of the things that I've been very fortunate about. I had amazing training starting out. The training wasn't what got me to where I am now. It's helped me because you have to audition. And if you don't do a good audition, then you're not going to get to where you want to be. So the training helped me be able to put on the matches that the crowd would love to see. However, where I trained at, they weren't big on traveling. And they didn't have the credibility when I traveled to like have places go, oh, I know them. Yeah, let's try to give you a chance. I had to do all of that on my own. And how I did that was I was able to be around people that were willing to, go to bat for me and gain the trust of others. So I can give a lot of credit to a lot of the guys and girls in non-binary people alike that I've met along the way that have helped me, get in front of the right faces. So be around people that are willing to help progress, and then just go for it. Like if you're questioning whether or not you want to do it, just do it.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to do it. Right. For me, I travel all the time, and sometimes I travel with no guarantees on anything, but I still get there.
What's your favorite place to travel and wrestle?
Ooh. Overall, just travel, period. It's France. I have a deep love for the country as a whole. My dad's side is from France, so I'm always there visiting family. Okay. So I love traveling to France, and being able to travel and wrestle in France is that much better. But as far as in the States, I think my favorite place that I got to wrestle is Hawaii.
Nice.
Either Hawaii or Alaska. Those two were like opposite weathers, but like both experiences were amazing to do. And then I love going to Canada. Okay. I go to Greektown Wrestling up in Toronto. I love going there whenever I get a chance to. And then just being in the city, being in Columbus and wrestling in front of my people.
Right. What's some of your favorite places to eat at in Columbus?
Number one favorite food place is Island Vibes.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
I'm definitely team Island Vibes out of any Jamaican spot in the city. That's number one for me.
Like I grew up on Enos, but Island Vibes.
Yeah. Island Vibes. And then as far as a Chinese spot, I love going to the Asian Star. Okay. It's over off of over near Dublin. Okay. I love that. It's all you can eat, but I do the takeout. I'm a big one on the takeout. Yeah. Just let me go home and eat.
What's your favorite thing about living in Columbus?
It's a perfect mix of chill and can be fun at times. I haven't really been out in the club environment recently. It gets a little overwhelming at times. Yeah. And some people just don't know how to just go out and have fun. But it's a perfect blend. We can go to baseball games. We can go to soccer games, which I love going to. Yeah. A lot of music festivals come here too. So Sonic Temple will be here, things like that. But then it's also chill. I travel a lot to Jersey, New York, Philly, big cities where it's just nonstop. Yeah. So sometimes that can be a little bit overwhelming when you're there for more than 4 days. You're just I just want to get back to Columbus. It's quiet.
Yeah, that's true. It is quiet, and it makes you appreciate Columbus more when you go visit the other cities. Yes. Yeah. Facts. If you could write a book about your life, what would you call it, and why?
Ooh, that's a good question. What would I name the book? That is a good question. I've never thought about that because I never even thought about whether I would want to write a book. Okay. Even though I've pretty much done so much in my life that I feel like I could if I wanted to. I just don't think that I would. Oh. But if I did write a book, that's a good question. I never thought of that. Maybe something on the lines of how to be great with terrible lungs. I've been able to do so much in life, but a lot of what I could have done and been a lot better at is because I have asthma. Okay. Wow.
How do you feel about the internet wrestling community? Because I'm sure you be seeing on Twitter when the WWE fans and the AEW fans be arguing, and I'll be like, this is the dumbest shit.
So when I see a lot of negativity in the internet wrestling community, I always think to the Superman movie. When Superman goes into the pocket universe and Lex Luthor had all the little like spider monkeys
Yeah.
typing out hateful tweets about Superman.
Yeah.
That's what I see it as. Like they're not even people. They're just
Trolls.
monkeys strapped to a computer making hateful tweets and like starting like. Plus, it's always just it's bot accounts anyways.
Yeah.
But there are people within the internet wrestling community that like I'm very cool with and like I think are dope people.
Yeah.
So it's always a blend. You just gotta know who to like be cool with and know who just ignore.
Okay. What type of music do you listen to when it's time to like get ready for a match?
Depends on the type of match that I'm in. Usually I will listen to like if I know I'm about to like if this is one of those matches where it's all gas no breaks,
Yeah.
I won't even listen to music.
Oh. Okay.
I will listen to Commander Aaron from Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
He gave his final speech to have everyone charge towards Beast Titan. And the speech he gives to convince these recruits to like go into battle knowing that they were all just about to get wiped out anyways. That's what I listen to because that gets my blood pumping. I'm just like, I'm going to follow this man into battle. We're going hard regardless.
Nice.
So it's that. And then, yeah, I think that it's just that, really. I just love listening to that speech to get me hyped.
Okay. Cool. How do you feel that Columbus has changed since like the early 2000s to now?
Well, I was a kid, early 2000s. I do feel like a lot has changed with the overall aesthetic. You can definitely tell that Columbus is trying to become a hub.
Yeah.
Just based on how they're overall like improving everything, like with the project they want to do at the airport, you can tell that they want to now expand on what Columbus can be.
Yeah.
Which is, it can be good and it can be bad. You're going to get a lot more foot traffic, 100%. And with that foot traffic comes a lot of like negativities, but you can either look at it in the negatives or you can look at it in the positives. And it's like, what do you want out of your city?
Right. True. That's true. What type of student was you in high school?
Oh, I was a mixture. Depends on the class. Like I loved choir class, so I was always engaged in that. Math class, I wasn't necessarily engaged, but I'm very good at math and I enjoy word problems. So I was always like getting the word problems right. I was one of those students where I wish that our grades were based on just passing the test and not having to do homework because I hated homework.
Yeah.
Because it's like if I can pass the test, why is me doing extra work at home keeping me from getting an A?
I understand now. I'm a teacher, so I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, a lot of kids be asking me that, like, what's the point of this homework?
Yeah. Just let me get an A on my test, give me an A, and it will be good.
Yeah, right. What are your top 5 movies to watch?
Oh, okay. So I just recently had a full like not getting bullied by wrestling locker room for my opinion on this, but it's people like judging me heavily on this. So my number 1 favorite movie of all time is The Da Vinci Code.
Okay.
Yes. And I got not bullied, but like yelled at by the entire locker room about why is that my favorite movie. And I can't explain why, because I know for a fact that it's kind of a boring movie, but it's my favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
So it's The Da Vinci Code. I will put at number 2, Bronson. It stars Tom Hardy. It's a biopic about Michael Peterson, who was England's most violent prisoner.
Okay.
He dubbed his fighting. When he got out of prison, he started doing like backyard fighting styles, and he dubbed his stage name as Charlie Bronson.
Okay.
Amazing artistic movie. Number 3, I would probably have to throw in, as far as like a comfort movie, probably like The Mummy.
Okay.
I love The Mummy. I don't want to throw in like franchises or series, so like I wouldn't put like a Harry Potter in my top 5 because there's like 7 of them. I wouldn't put in like Jurassic Park, even though I love all the Jurassic Park movies. So like number 4 would probably be Django.
Okay.
I love Tarantino movies, but I think Django might be my favorite one, just for the overall like aesthetic of what's going on in the movie.
Yeah.
And then number 5, it's mostly recency bias, but Wicked.
Okay.
Because I love Broadway,
Yeah.
and Wicked is my favorite Broadway show. And they just knocked it out the park from start to finish.
Yeah, me and my daughter watched that. We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a top 5 albums you listen to?
I don't necessarily listen to albums,
Or-
but albums that I do think from start to finish that are like perfect would be like, not both halves, but just this isn't in no particular order either.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake's 2020 Experience, the first album,
Yeah, the first one's fine.
perfect start to finish. The Weeknd's Kissland album, perfect start to finish. Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly, perfect start to finish.
Yeah.
I would put, which one would I put? Tyler the Creator's, both his Wolf and Igor.
Okay.
Yeah,
Igor slept on one.
yeah. And then another one that's up there that's perfect from start to finish. 2 of Kanye's albums. I have an unpopular opinion about Yeezus. I think it's some of his best work, even though people hated that album.
Yeah. I appreciate it now.
Yeah, Yeezus, and then quite possibly the Ye album. It was like 7 songs.
Yeah.
He has a lot of like, that 7 songs was like just enough.
Oh, wow. Usually when I ask that question, people do My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy or late registration.
So I would, but for me, My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy has 1 song. 1 amazing song, and then the rest were just very good. And it's the Runaway.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think Runaway is his best song out of his entire catalog. But it's just the 1 song.
Yeah. Damn. Can you shout out your socials and the upcoming shows?
Yes, so I am on Twitter and Instagram. Both are I am Jeffrey John. That is IAM JEFFREYJOHN.
Okay.
So it's Instagram and Twitter. Shows coming up. March 21st, I am back in Columbus for Unsanctioned Pro at the Ace of Cups. I believe few tickets are still available. And if anybody wants to get them, they better get them quick because we've sold out every month for like the past 14 months.
Wow.
So it's that. March 22nd, I'll be heading down to Charlotte, North Carolina for Ashe Wrestling.
Okay.
I'll be there networking and just being around all my people. March 28th, I will be in Indiana for Wrestle Arts. Me versus Josh Crane. It's going to be a crazy banger match. And then the next day, still in Indianapolis for Naptown Wrestling. Love what Naptown does as far as wanting to give back to their community in regards to both Wrestle Arts and Naptown are. Wrestle Arts is a nonprofit. They do charity. And then Naptown solely focuses on bringing out great wrestling to stop the gun violence within the black youth within Indianapolis. So I love both of those. April 3rd, I will be in Clive, Iowa for Pro Wrestling Revolver. And then, the next one for Columbus will be April 18th. So every 3rd Saturday at the Ace of Cups on Sanctioned Pro.
Okay, nice. We definitely will come out and support. Is there anything else you would like to talk about?
Nothing really. I just got a lot of dope things coming up. Going back to France in May.
Okay.
May 23rd, I will be, with the GCW roster. And then next day, we will be in Milan, Italy. So I'll be making my Italy wrestling debut.
Nice. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Definitely. Central Ohio Creators, we just finished another dope interview. Thank you, Jeffrey John, for coming here today and being with us today. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Central Ohio Creators, we are out with another episode.